What is up, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Moonman11 here, bringing you my first Assassin guide of Season 7 and first video since Nom. And after tons of Assassin reworks on champs that now deal even more insane damage and are completely broken to the point that even Bob the Builder throws up his arms and says fuck it, you've got to be thinking, oh neat, an updated kitty cat guide, or maybe I can finally learn how to hardcore parkour. Well kiddo, you thought wrong. Instead of taking the time to read that massive list of changes to champions, jungle, items, and Twitch splash art updates, I decided to stick with a champ that received no changes and is honestly really easy to win with if you play him right. I mean, just look at this win rate, it's disgusting. 86% in ranked alone, oh my god, get this out of my face. I guess you could say making a Nocturne guide came to me in a dream, or a nightmare to be more precise. Like that one I had a few days ago about pouring myself a bowl of cereal for breakfast, only to find that we had no milk, and I've been diagnosed with late-stage cancer. So what masteries are we going to be running on this underrated ghastly, you ask? The super OP Courage of the Colossus keystone that makes tanks more unkillable than that lady who's like 115 years old? Like, come on Emma, it's time to go. And if you're viewing this in the future, may you rest in peace, you sweet angel. But no Colossus for us. We're going to stick with some nice offensive masteries with our keystone being Fervor of Battle. And I've already spent way too long on this intro, so here's the really neat glitched picture of the runes I didn't feel like editing because it looks pretty cool in my opinion. Just do what you will with that info, I don't care. Now when you hop into a game, grab yourself the normal jungle items, a hunter's machete, 3 health pots, and a warding trinket. Then zoom away from base after unlocking your Q to arrive at your blue buff approximately 3% faster than if you had just walked there normally, cause League of Legends is all about those early game marginal speed increases that will be completely wasted as you sit there anyways waiting for the big guy to spawn in regardless of how fast you got there in the first place. When he spawns in, enlist your friendly neighborhood top laner York the Gravedigger to help you shovel out some damage, and soon enough you'll put your first jungle minion 6 feet under. On your way over to Gromp, unlock your E and start the fight off with your Q. Making sure to stand on the shadowy ground for some nice extra AD, fear the big old froggy by pressing E and yelling some nonsense in its general direction that's guaranteed to scare toads and elderly women alike. Technology! With Gromp sufficiently spooked, move on to the puppers and give them a big heck as well. You're essentially just a big floating ghost thingy like Haunter, so using Mean Face on these Zigzagoons will pretty much end the battle before you know it, and Schoolboy Billy is gonna have to fork over that sweet cash to help fund your rare candy addiction to keep you in a drugged up state that takes away the pain of the daily reminder that Team Rocket stole your Wobbuffet and killed your parents when you were 7. Once the pain of your loss subsides, Pokemon go over to the Torchic camp and read through your best moveset. After deciding that you definitely should level up your W to unlock that passive attack speed, have a brain fart and instead level up your Q again. No, but really, you should definitely level up your W now. Seriously, get a point in your W, don't do Q again. Now that you definitely have a point in every single one of your abilities, do your QE combo on red buff and activate your bonus damage from your masteries by standing in the bush. Luring your friend in there with you will also help in case the enemy jungler wants to check up on your clear path. After a quick smite of red buff, quite literally hop over the Krugs and crash their joyful companionship with your Q to become a malevolent, depressing third wheel whose main goal is to destroy relationships and see the world enveloped in darkness. Man, it sounds kinda like my ex. Now once you've Yoko Ono'd the Beatles, head back to the studio to upgrade your hunter's machete into a stalker's blade and pick up a dagger while you're at it. Quickly rush through your topside jungle again and start keeping your eyes on the minimap to look for any opportunities for a gank. If none arise, finish your second clear and head back to pick up a friend for your dagger. Like Bob Ross always said, everybody should have a friend. Heed America's Heroes advice and be a friend to your top laner. Since you don't have your ult yet, wait it out in this happy little bush until the enemy makes a happy little accident and tries to ward it. Now completely go against everything the Church of Bob preaches and punish the hell out of that Jace for disrespecting your picturesque landscape with his repugnant presence. Enjoy your kill gold and knock out the control ward he just put down to secure more gold and demoralize the poor little guy even more. Then it's back to the beautiful junglescape as depicted in Season 4 Episode 7 of Bob Ross's Joy of Painting, where he was nice enough to paint us cute little creatures like a happy little blue buff, a hoppy little froggy, and a howly little wolf pack. But most importantly, our good friend Scuttle was painted as well, so be a good friend to him too, because Scuttle wins games. And I mean, nothing quite infuriates the enemy team like you stopping in to chat with Scuttle about how he and his wife Sandra are doing after that traumatic incident last week when Sandra was at the supermarket and dropped an expensive bottle of 37 cognac and it shattered all over the floor right in front of her nosy neighbor Jean, leaving her completely embarrassed. Because the enemy team will be so mad at you for comforting Scuttle, they'll make a silly balls deep dive that will result in your team getting 2 free kills and backing up a large enough minion wave to crash against the tower, which still has a silly little enemy camp behind it. Now show him your superior right-clicking abilities by ulting him, and get ready to pop your W so it completely negates the effect of a silly little wall. Just goes to show that walls sometimes aren't as effective as some people would want you to believe, huh? Oh, and obviously I wasn't making a politically charged statement right there because I don't want to get demonetized. So it was definitely a comment about how we should all tear down the walls around our hearts so we can more easily love each other and have the resources to spend on upgrading your jungle item into a blood razor and straight purchasing either boots of swiftness or those cooldown reduction ones. Up to you. Also start building towards a Bork so you can more easily communicate with hardcore memers like that Wendy's commercial dude. And yes, we're talking about the dude from that commercial, not the Wendy's meme, you sick fucks. Make me have to blur out my entire screen because of you people. Ugh, make me sick. Anyway, as the game continues, be on the lookout for potential setups. If it looks like bot lane is getting to be a prime target for the enemy team to focus, head on over and do what you do best. Show up late and last hit the remnants of the badly hurting team to maximize your kills. Chasing is also fun and easy with the power of your Swifties and Q, so chase the last two dudes and make sure to get hit by the Lee Sin skill shot. I cannot stress this enough. Get hit. The simple brain of a Lee Sin main, much like that of a Yasuo main, is that if they hit their skill shot, they are contractually required to go in on you regardless of their HP or your HP. I mean, it's just sad, really. So let both teams know just how sad it truly is by dropping some disrespect with some well-placed pings and a quick spam of your laugh. Much like chatting with Scuttle, may he win you games, this level of BM is sure to be noticed by the enemy top laner who will be itching to put you in your place. But you've taken a first aid training course recently, so spread some commercial grade Neosporin on that wound to stop the itching fast, proven to work quicker and more effectively than the leading competitors. Neosporin. Turn that Jace itch into your Jace bitch. Now pimpin' don't come easy, so get yourself a nice new vampiric pimp stick and ceremonial sword to work towards your build's water cutlass. Then it's back to your jungle to grab another blue buff for yourself. Trust me, your mid laner wants you to have it. That motherfucker just stole my blue buff. Ugh. Whatever. Then head across the pond to go counter jungle that enemy Lee Sin. And hey look, your team knows the importance of taking Scuttle, cause Scuttle wins games. After clearing out that jungle like a Best Buy on Black Friday, or an anus after Taco Bell, reward yourself for being a douche to the enemy jungler by helping your mid laner take down another turret. Wow, would you look at that, you've already taken place in 100% of the team's turret kills. Work towards the bot side to see if you can be 3 for 3, but get distracted by a lone enemy champ who's begging you to assassinate him and take the dragon for your troubles. After defending your turret from a push, most people would say, "Go back, Moo Man, you're too low." Best way to fix that is by securing more jungle camps to bolster your HP with smite and those yummy lifesteal quints. "Oh, but Moo Man, your mana's too low, you're gonna die." Dude, just grab yourself some double buffs, it's that simple. By this point, you're more fed than an obese basement dweller when his mom takes him out to an all-you-can-eat buffet, so go make use of your mighty girth by lumbering down mid lane and almost taking that turret uncontested. I mean, you can easily take these two scrub lords, but they're smart enough to know that they better concede the entire minion wave in that turret you work so hard on chipping down so it doesn't cost them their lives. As you go back to counter jungle more to deny the enemy jungler their tasty farm, notice your top laner struggling to lock down this very mobile, high damage output, all summoners available, impossible to kill lone ADC. No! God! Oh shit dog, you say alone? Kill secured. And like a pedophile at a public park, a free flash too. Now this will definitely attract the attention of the rest of their team, but you're so far ahead y'all can just keep pushing forward like the little engine who could. Then who wouldn't fucking stop. Then who mercilessly murdered enemy champs under their own turret. And don't forget to activate your Q when attacking turrets, because the extra AD you get translates into more damage to those as well. But as soon as you feel like getting out of there, make sure to abandon your mid laner to get snapped up by the hungry enemies. It's like running away from bears. You don't have to be faster than the bears themselves, just faster than that fat friend you brought along just in case a situation like this occurred. Trust me, he'll understand. Plus, you even prepared a nice eulogy to say at his funeral.
Really, nigga?
When you recall to show up at his wake, make sure to load up on hors d'oeuvres and finish that Bork. Your final build should include these 3 core items, and I usually like to pick up a Guardian Angel as my 4th. Seeing as every time I make a new guide, Rito changes some aspect of the game, like Mega Scuttle Allahu Akbaring turrets, the items are bound to change too. GA now doesn't provide as much defense, but who the hell cares, you're an assassin anyway. The main good thing about the item in the first place is that it allows you to confidently throw up your middle fingers to everything you pass as you dive headfirst into the razor-sharp pool of needles called the enemy backline and take out their carries, then die just to pop up a few seconds later when your good-for-nothing team finally shows up, allowing you to clean up the rest of the team. Now your last 2 items are pretty situational and will change game to game depending on the team you're facing and how far ahead you are. If you're just totally stopping them, like you probably will be if you follow this guide, grab a Duskblade for maximum deletion and a Bloodthirster for even more sustain against tanks. If they've got lots of AP, why not a Maw or Banshee's Veil? If they're auto attack AD heavy, get a Thornmail or some other armor item, I don't care. For those teams with a good mix of damage, or when you're feeling particularly split pushy, get yourself a ZZ Rod. Your final build should work to counter what the enemy team is putting out, and once you've got it, you're more than ready to end the game. Remember, your bread and butter, your go-to move, your hidden trap card will always be picking off lone champions. If they're mobile, you have more tools than the aforementioned Bob Builder to catch up to them, and sometimes those tools can even be your teammates. Taking down turrets and inhibs is super easy, even with the addition of just one more friend. So what the hell, why not take them all? Now after taking your second practically uncontested inhibitor, maybe the enemy team will finally group up for a fight, and now you've got the Mexican standoff you've always wanted. But they've got nothing to lose, so the enemy team is sure to deport your standoff and go straight for a fight, the American way, outgunned and outnumbered. However, they'll do a very un-American thing by losing this fight, and after taking the last inhib, you're on to the Nexus turrets. But they won't want to give you the satisfaction of taking every last objective, and will take the cowardly way out by surrendering. But hey, a win's a win, and the next time they play against you they'll say, "Oh no, not this Nocturne, we're gonna get burned." Well, there you go, there's your Nocturne jungle guide.